The audio tag is used to add sounds to your web page. So let's go ahead and create one. Audio and space, and now I have to put the source, which is the location, the URL of the sound file. Okay, and now I need to close that audio tag. Make sure you spell it right. Now it can be on the same line, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some more attributes to it. So if I were to just render this right now, I wouldn't hear anything. So I need to add, there's two different attributes that I can add to hear this thing play. First thing I can add is the controls. So if I just type controls and then render it, as you can see over here on my web page, it put the audio controls there. So if I press this play button, so you hear it play, and now of course I can pause it, and I can use this progress bar to skip ahead or go back in the track of the sounds. And I can also click the speaker and I can mute it, or I can change the volume. Now if I wanted to download that, or let me pause this, if I wanted to download that, or give the visitors a way to download it, you click this and it would download that sound. See, it downloaded it down here to the visitor's computer. Alright, so maybe you don't want to have the controls up there if you're making a video game, or for whatever reason you don't want the users to have control over the sound. You can take the controls off and then play the sound automatically. So let me take the controls off, I re-render it, and the controls disappear. And there's another attribute called autoplay. So if I render this now, it should play automatically. Okay. Now I don't see the controls, but it's still playing. So I took that off. Alright, so what happens when the soundtrack gets to the end? So if you want background music, for example, you might want to use the loop, the loop attribute, and that would play it over and over. So if you want it to play automatically in a loop, of course you put both, and it doesn't matter the order which you put the attributes. So I'm going to put loop and autoplay. Okay, and then it just play over and over and over like that. Okay. Now I'm going to bring this up here so I can have some more room. So I have one audio file there. Now I can also play a second and a third and a fourth and as many audio files as you like at once by creating another one. So I'll create another audio tag, and I'll put in the file name, or the URL rather. And I'll put autoplay on both of them and close that audio tag. I'm going to put autoplay on this one as well, like that, and it should play them both at the same time as long as I type the file name correctly. Oh, now you notice it didn't because I spelled autoplay wrong. So let's try that again. There you go. Now it's playing both at the same time. I'll take autoplay off so we can turn these sounds off. Okay, so play both at the same time. So, there's different reasons why you might want to do that, especially if you're making a video game where you're going to have many different sounds going at once. Now there's three different file formats of audio files, of sound files that you can play. They can have an MP3 extension. They can have a WAV extension, a WAV file, or they can have an OGG extension. However, the only extension that all browsers support is MP3, so you should focus on just using MP3 files, especially if you're not sure which browser your web page visitors have. Now, if I want to see the controls for each one of these sound files, I just add controls, and when I render it, there's the controls for the Lost in Space, and I can add the controls for the X-Files theme. Let me just go down to the next line so you can see everything. Okay, so when I play this, when I render it, you see both controls. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to go in the beginning of this file, and I'm going to put the label for it. So I'm going to say Lost in Space, put a non-breaking return, and then after the first audio controls, I'm going to put a paragraph tag, and I'm going to put the label for the X-Files theme. And when I render that, see there I have the label for each one. So if you wanted to make a website that had all these different sound files that your users can click on and listen to and download, this would be a simple way of doing it. So now all I have to do is just click on the file that I want to play. See? Like that. Or I can probably play them both here. So that's the audio tag. You can do some pretty cool things with it. So experiment and have fun.